Yeah.
Please.
Yo.
I have other things to say,
I
but
think-
I'll take it easy.
Destro, go ahead.
How long has the Tonsil Alliance been?
Don't worry about that, sweetheart. Don't worry. That's black. All right, welcome to another edition of Side Eye Radio. A big thanks and shout out to our sponsors, Star. Today we have one of them here. I'm sure you missed that. Yeah. So you could always find them at Leopards Hill Mall, right?
What's your business? Park?
Leopards Hill Business Park. You see, I don't drink that much. Anyway, so I'm kidding. Welcome to Side Eye Radio. It's yet another exciting and thrilling conversation that we are about to have. I think we already preempted and started a bit of it, but we're gonna get into some other things. Another thing that I'd like everybody to know is please like, share, and subscribe. Like this video, share this YouTube channel, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I am joined today by
Oh wait, Nina.
Yeah.
You always say my name.
Hey, today I want to try something different. And
That's how you introduce a stranger with a friend that you don't remember their name.
no,
Right?
that's
Oh yeah.
no,
You guys can introduce yourselves.
no.
Selves
I just want to do something different before people believe that.
Yeah.
No, you
And
forgot
of course, the man, the myth, the legend.
Abel. So I've created my Abel with the shades on this show. Abel with the shades. If you see the shades on me, just know I'm going to speak nonsense. Separate this Abel from the Abel that you know. Who's,
It's like
and
when Clark Kent
graceful.
takes off his
yes,
specs.
but when I
He's
wear these
Superman.
shades, I realized the last time I was in this podcast, I had shades the whole time. So I feel now I can say whatever. I want,
Wow.
and no one will judge me.
Of course. And our big buyer herself with the new hairdo.
Oh wow, thank you,
Looking lovely.
Priscilla. Thank you.
Priscilla.
And of course, I am your friendly neighborhood podcaster, Destro, because the P can stand for anything. Well, no, not really. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Oh man. Good response.
So, speaking of getting ahead of ourselves, Tyler Perry, y'all.
Age man.
Tyler Perry. He likes them snow. I don't even know if I can call him a snow bunny because there's Dr. Umar. He calls white women snow bunnies. So I will just call him a snowman. Do you want to build a snowman? I think he wanted to do more than just build a snowman.
Yeah.
Are we surprised?
Are we
What-
surprised?
What's surprising us?
The
about
Boondocks
this
told
situation?
us.
Are we
Boondocks already told
surprised?
us.
Are we surprised?
We are
that,
not surprised.
Apparently, why did that
Like-
episode pulled down?
Yeah, he
Like-
got it pulled down
like,
actually.
Are
What?
we surprised
Yeah.
that he bats for the other team, or are we surprised
wild.
that someone,
With
Exposed
white
him?
person?
yeah, or someone is now suing him
Mm.
for sexual harassment?
I think the bigger shock is that it's a white man.
Wait, that is a white man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Derek Dixon is a white man.
Wait, so you're telling me it would be fine if he was sending?
No. I'm not saying it's fine.
man.
No, I'm not saying it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not
you're
it's fine.
saying it's because it's a white man?
No. You are saying the shock
it's
factor.
because it's a man.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
Let's
we
not
weren't
say-
shocked that he's into
wish.
men. We just didn't know what
I
kind
think
of
a lot
man.
of people didn't know that
He was
he's
into
actually
men,
Into men,
right?
yeah.
Yes.
This is a shock to a
did?
lot of a lot
Who
of people didn't know.
didn't?
You were shocked? For real?
I wasn't. I wasn't.
I mean,
But I also found out like sooner than later, like that he was,
I mean, obviously
because
there
of
was
the
always
way he would. I don't know. He's very fruity, like
Cross-dressing.
doing interviews, like and stuff.
laying
I don't
hands
know.
on TD Jakes, like
okay. Honestly, for me,
that was weird.
there was always the speculation, right?
Yeah.
But I saw him once on TBN,
Oh.
and he was talking about like how he like started his journey, and he was actually preaching on that segment.
Oh, right.
I was like, you know what? Just never judge a book by its cover, because like he plays Armadillo so
Well.
right?
Hello.
But Ellen Murphy also did that. What's that?
No,
one?
oh, big mama.
Big Mama.
No, that's
No,
Martin Lawrence.
That's Martin Lawrence. sorry.
But even that was just
Martin
like
Lawrence.
one segment.
That was Big Mama. Was it Big
played her
Mama?
by-
Yeah, Nutty Professor.
Yes, Eddie Murphy. did the Nutty
Norbit.
Professor.
Norbit.
Yes.
Respucia.
Yes. As in, he also aced it, but obviously we know he's not gay, right? So I was like,
We don't effectively know.
stop it. So I'm like, maybe he's also not gay.
He was never married anyone.
But what shocked me the most, like,
Mm.
about this whole thing,
Yeah.
was the content of those messages.
Oh, you saw the
Because,
screenshot. You saw the screenshot.
Tell us.
Because, oh my god, this guy was like, okay, fine, big sigh. Like, you know what I mean? Like
he
you know,
was
like
giving
when
up-
we're in high school and
Yeah.
we're texting and then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, you have to go,
Lovers.
okay, big sigh.
Yeah.
Or like, give me attention. Or like, talk to me
Oh
now.
my
This is
gosh.
a very like highly
This is a
respected person.
billionaire,
Right?
by the way.
This
This is a
is
billionaire.
Here's okay. I'll let you.
I feel like that's who people really are in relationships anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
babies.
Give me a
yeah, like, I don't know, but like when you're with somebody that brings out the best version of you, ask them, like,
So the best
woman.
version of you is a child.
well, not a child, but just like a safe space. You're comfortable.
To be
Or
a
you
child
can be
again.
soft. You know
But
what I
also, I
mean?
high key feel like
So-
the other
so-
guy who posted the screenshots that
Yeah.
he deleted his side.
he did.
Of course.
Because ain't no way he was talking to
course.
himself like that for so long.
No.
And his
Yeah.
responses were just like one word, serious. Nah.
Nah.
Nah,
And then you say
Yeah,
you're making me feel
yeah.
comfortable.
I think in this AI age, those could have been definitely altered.
as well.
It's kind of like how Cassie was just completely just like, oh, until you kind of get the story, like, oh, even the times she instigated the different things. Now, if whether that's another
Like, I
story,
wanna
victim, whatever,
freak off
somebody
so
like-
bad.
But on this thing, I think like why Tyler is probably also saying like, nah, it's a shakedown. Because it feels like these are some things that happen usually like when you fall out. Like it's always the person that you are most vulnerable with who has like the most
Power.
ammunition.
Yes, and they have the most.
Like, oh, let me tell you, they peed, man.
Yeah.
right?
And it's
I
like,
remember that.
so all of this was not a problem for the 5 years you were with me, or this is not
Yeah,
a problem.
whilst he
for
was
the-
on
Right, right. Afterwards,
trying to
she
get.
doesn't even clean herself. She
Yeah,
What do you
all of this is
mean?
Yeah,
a
know how to
problem
cook.
after.
Yeah.
Right? So, but at the time, it's like, oh no, it's
always get
acceptable, it's
KFC.
cool, whatnot.
yeah, it's not even big.
Ah. But you
But
was
that's what
with it for
women
5
always
years.
say after the breakup.
Yeah.
It's not even that big. I just used to pretend.
And then the friends will be there like, but
I'm
you're
recovering
still
from the
for-
cough.
Let me find out. Let
Please,
me find out if she's not tripping.
look, all I can say is it's quite sad. Like I've also feel like people who are like that, like billionaires, you know, they've had
So
all
much
the intimate
access to
situations
excess.
that you have.
Yeah.
And I think their level of like, okay, what's next? Like that's the thing. Like with Tyler, maybe it's like,
Let me try something
what
different.
next? You know what I'm saying? Puffy's like, what's next?
Baby.
Like that's why I tell people like, look, I've never really judged like very
Puffy was
rich
what
people.
next to him for a very long time.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I never judge very rich people. Like you can
Like,
judge them,
Take that.
but you've never had that level
Baby
of
oil.
Like-
temptation.
You
Like let me ask you, like Priscilla, like, right now you can say, oh no. You let me ask you, do you have a man?
No.
You don't have a man. Okay, let's just say let's just say you
Destro.
let's just say you have a boyfriend. But then you just so happen to find yourself in the same hotel as Idris Elba and he's hitting on you and you have a boyfriend.
And he fine.
Now it's not just
Okay,
one.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yes, Michael B. Jordan. You see what I'm talking about?
Idris there. Don't even go far.
Okay.
You would
Hey,
then
don't do
question.
that. Hello, love.
You'd question yourself.
Like if I'm tested with what I,
Yes.
you know.
What you-
I
Exactly.
mean, like,
Mm.
I feel like if you put it in a relationship kind of perspective, it's a bit different because like
We see
Look, your
people's
man is
wives
there, right?
eat
Like,
grapes
no, let's not even
out of
pretend.
Usher's
No,
hand.
guys, let's be for real. No, let's be for real.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Also
No.
comes in the aspect like, look, what he doesn't know won't kill him. But I always say, no, I promise. I always say that like you don't know that you're a good person until you've had an opportunity to be bad.
Exactly.
I mean, like
I
if you
agree.
don't have the
Yeah,
access,
yeah,
you can say, oh, I
Access
would
to
never do
excess.
that. You know what I mean? So someone today pulls up and said, Priscilla, I'm taking you on an all expenses paid trip to whatever country you want to go to.
Habibi.
Right?
Yes.
Are you listening?
Yeah.
Habibi.
Everything is sorted, what,
Catered for, all that jazz.
exactly. All you have to do is give me head,
Habibi.
right? So then now comes the, are you a good person or a bad person? Because you're thinking, just like I want to be done in 10
Elon
minutes.
is in debt.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like you weigh your
You are
options,
in
but then you
debt.
only know that you're a good person if in that position you actually said, like, I could never do
I
that.
could never do this.
But before that opportunity is presented to you, you don't know if you could be able to do that.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you were no, listen to me. If you are in a hotel, like you said, right? Let's not use Idris or whatever, and let's just say this guy, who you just when you look at, let's say who's the hottest football player right now? Like a fine guy, you get what I mean?
Really fine.
Fine money,
No, just
change your
mention.
life.
Who is the hottest football player right now? Like, what is it about? Are we talking about money?
No, I mean physically. I mean appearance.
Hey, I don't know. You only
Yeah.
you ladies
So
can tell us
appearance
who that
plus
is.
bag, right? So
Mm.
it's not just good looking, he's good money.
You're not-
Like
you're not
I could change your life type of money, right? And then you sit down and then you remember your boyfriend
But you
bro,
can
at
still
home,
talk from
and you asked him like, babe, I have to do my hair, and he said that I'll give you on the mountain, bruh. Then this nigga comes in 5 seconds, bruh, is about to change your life. Real, like it's about to change your life.
5
So now
seconds.
tell me if in that 5 seconds you're going to
Some women
remember.
have already made that decision.
Am I
Just
going
from
to remember?
listening to the
Am I
story.
going to remember?
I don't remember
from the
Mr.
story.
Do you
at
know
home.
what's funny? Do you know what's funny? It sounds like a Tyler Perry movie.
Bruh.
Titled Temptation.
Real. It really does.
Right?
It really does.
Real, but you know that's what I'm saying. Like everyone would always be on the
Sorry.
internet saying, "I would never do this. I would never do that." Be it men or women.
Yeah.
But I think also,
But if the
Yeah.
opportunity came, right,
Yep.
and it's there, and you're looking at like
Phrasal.
your life, you're like, "This will never happen ever again."
I think it depends on what stage. Let's say that's like a
What stage of what?
Listen.
What stage of what?
No, listen. I'm
Stage.
saying, listen.
Cool.
You're in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Depends on what stage you're at in the relationship. If
What?
it's not
Depends.
serious,
No,
obviously.
elaborate.
Oh,
A
obviously.
relationship is
obviously you're
serious.
going to
What
jump
do you
and
mean?
swing.
What's yeah?
No, I
what's-
feel like sometimes you
Yeah.
can be in a relationship and then there's no certainty of whether you're
Babe,
going
you've already over-explained. It's fine.
oh,
Yes,
oh,
baby.
It's going to be on YouTube.
No, it's already over-explained.
Oh, to see this.
See,
I've been waiting for this
over-explained.
day for a long time in my life.
No, you've over-explained.
Oh my
It's fine.
God.
You've already answered with your over-explanation. Because what do you mean? It depends.
What do you mean? Okay, he's flexing his fingers.
Okay.
I need to hear this narrative.
Oh, okay. No, please continue. You.
Are we, first of all, are you implying
That
that when women are in
Not so serious.
or in serious relationship, that's when they wouldn't make such decisions?
There's a possibility.
You know, people are married who can do that shit.
There's a possibility.
That's
I'm
how
saying
serious that
guys.
is.
who can. Don't say who can.
Saying there's a possibility.
Don't say who can.
Mm.
My friend. Who do?
Nah, man, I need to talk to me direct. Let me even take this off. Talk to me direct. What are
Let
you
me
saying?
just-
What
let
is
me-
it?
say
just tell you
with your
this.
chesticles.
Let me just tell you this. I know people work for DNA centers and they'll tell you the percentage of negative DNA they get. This is in Zambia.
Yep.
40%.
Just along.
40% ons are like, bruh, the moment you do the test, the woman will start calling you on the side. Please, you break my family.
Yo.
You
Yeah.
break my family. Please, I'll pay you whatever.
Nah,
Let me just
real,
say,
because it's
let's not hide. Like, if there's anybody who is capable of making, I always believe women who can always make it, they'll always pick the better choice.
Yeah.
If they have a better option, it's about the option.
Sir,
They'll pick the
even
better
men.
choice.
Yeah, but even
No, but you see, the thing is, if we're not, look, like if a man is like this, right? You can give me a baddie,
Derek
right?
Dixon.
of course I'll be like, hey, bad, she's got all the curves. But for staying, stability. Long term. Who am I leaving my money with?
So everyone's going for the better
Who am I leaving with?
Everyone's going.
Can
for
I
the-
say something?
No, but you see the thing is women are more long term.
No, but
In the
can I
sense
ask a
that like,
question?
oh, okay, who would I rather be with long? Like I could be in a stable relationship with my husband right now. But if this guy comes with more money and a chance to leave this country or whatever,
Oh,
You're out.
doubt.
but I have a question for you, Abel.
Doubt.
No, I feel like marriage.
And I feel, and like,
Really?
I have a
You don't know the stats? You ain't
She's the
got
one
the stats?
percentage I was talking about.
the one
Y'all
percent.
recovered.
1% is
Half,
there.
right?
Your whole marriage is your principal.
No, but I want to ask a question.
No?
Yes.
I want to
That's
ask
the
a
whole
question.
marriage.
What do you have?
Like you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
That women make the better option. I believe men make the better option because, like, men have this thing where they like I admire this about men so much. Like a man will think about himself. Like you will say, "This is what I want. This is what makes me happy. This is who makes me happy, and that's where I'm going."
That's what I'm going to
Like
do.
you can be in a no, and I'm saying this like you'll be in a relationship with this man like 3-4 years. You're with this girl, right? And then you meet the love of your life, my chick. 4 years, you didn't know you want to get married. Marriage was just a dream. 3 months into this relationship, you know that this is going to be your wife. 6 months down the line, you are married. So what I'm saying is like, guys, men also like choose.
Should we do
Yeah, nah, do it. I'm here.
Okay. Let me tell you
Go
something.
ahead. Go ahead,
Let me
sir.
tell you something.
Go ahead, sir.
Let me tell you
Go
something.
ahead, bro. Go
Let me
ahead.
put it to you like
Come on.
this.
Mm-mm.
That ain't the case. That ain't the case.
With all
Let me
men
tell
or
you.
with
Let me
you?
tell you. No,
Yeah.
not with just me,
No, with
right?
No,
Because
let's-
I speak for a good population of what we call nice guys. Because I've had the privilege in this life to be the nice guy who finishes last, right? So, yeah, I'm just being honest. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because of that, what I looked for in relationship was extremely different from maybe what the next man will look for from an aesthetically pleasing standpoint, right?
Yeah.
There are men who we call baddies as well. Like, oh, this baddie is also looking for baddies. There's what we call whole math, right? Tens who are men are not looking for tens who are women. They are looking for either 7, 6, or a 5.
So
You
then the
dig what I'm
5
saying?
men are looking for 10s.
Why?
The 5s going down
The men.
are not also the 5s going down for women are not going for men who are at their level in terms of aesthetically pleasing, right?
Do you mean physical appearance or financial?
No. All of these things, these are outward things because no one marries
Rock.
no one marries character. You dig what I'm saying? But I can speak for nice guys and say that a lot of us are actually looking for character. You dig? A woman is not looking for the quintessential aesthetically pleasing woman is not looking for character in a man. She's looking for all of the outward things. Is he confident? Does he have a 401k?
Wait, but
Does
isn't
you get what I'm
confidence
saying?
part of character?
Pardon?
Isn't confidence part of character?
Not essentially, because if I'm
Okay.
quiet, right?
What?
So
No,
I'm,
but then
if I'm
being
quiet.
quiet doesn't necessarily mean you're not confident.
Okay.
And okay, let me put it this way. Let me try and put it this way. Make it a bit more palatable. What I mean is, there's a lot of looking at things outwardly, which dictates a woman's choice in man, and there's a lot of things inwardly that dictate a man's choice in woman. So for a man, let me finish. I'll let you talk. So for a man, what often tends to happen is if he's with someone for 4 years, right, he has actually not even really been with that person. We can even
What do you mean?
we can even safely say he was tolerating. there's something.
Isn't that
Listen, because I'm using
How does that make you a nice
I'm
guy?
using the scenario you
That's
gave. No, I'm saying for a man, I've moved away from the nice guy narrative.
Yeah,
For a
because
man,
why
no,
are you,
listen,
why are you
listen.
tolerating someone for 4 years, guys?
Because he's a nice guy. So, so you see what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is, if this on is because we've also seen these narratives play out in movies, right? You find there's this guy. In fact, Tyler Perry is really good at drawing these polarities out, right? You have a guy who seems like he's submissive and his wife is dominant, and then it's always a marriage situation because he wants them to like commit adultery or whatever. But you think like some of these things, you kind of get to notice these things even in a relationship. You get to know, oh no, my person is domineering, but because you are tolerating that domineering character or attitude, you kind of lessen yourself because you want peace. You don't want
But I have a question for
arguments.
you. Why are you tolerating this person?
So here's the thing about nice on.
You just said you moved
things.
from nice guys.
No. What's
No, but because I want to know why you would stay with someone
to
for
break
4 years and you know deep in
Huh?
your heart that this is not someone I would want to spend the rest of my life with, or this is not someone I want in my household, or she doesn't have the values that I want in a wife. Why are you tolerating her?
a number of things, right? It's such
No,
a
I just
nuanced.
want one
No. It's a
I want
nuanced
one.
question. There can't be one reason, right?
Give me one of
Okay,
your
one.
many reasons.
One of the many reasons is trauma.
Trauma.
How did this person observe his mother to father relation?
Okay.
That's one of the things. Because you do also end up a product of your environment.
True.
Especially from the time you are a child.
So at some point you don't know that I don't want this person I'm tolerating.
No, you don't want, but it's like you are a magnet for that, right?
I feel like that's not an excuse because what kind
Exactly.
of
It's
person
not.
are you?
It's
Because
not an
that doesn't make
excuse.
you a nice
It's
guy.
not. It's not an excuse, right? What I'm trying to say is, it's a predicament, and because people don't know how to exercise, because you know who knows how to exercise options really well?
Women.
It's women. Men don't know how to
No,
exercise.
I need
options.
Abel to say something
Really
because
well.
it looks like boiling.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we want you to say something because it's
Please.
flex.
He's going to break your heart, but
Alright,
okay.
so how do I even start? God help me.
No, it's
This
even
is-
about
I've
happy.
even taken
I
off my
generally
time.
want to know why people would stay
Um,
in relationships they're unhappy.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? So I was for me, I fight for. I tell people, I think we got it wrong. I think we didn't really find a way to transition from traditional marriages and find a way what works for us. I think we had a lot of Western influence that came in and we threw a lot of very vital things, right? Now, you talked about a situation where you're with a guy in a situation for a long time. What you've described for me is Western dating. Oh, I meet a guy, we start dating. We're dating and we're dating and we're dating and we're dating and
Oh,
we're
yes,
dating and
that's-
we're dating, right?
love you.
Where did that come from? Do you understand that only after the 60s did people start casual dating? It was never a thing. So we're basically running an experiment and we're wondering why it's failing. So let me just tell you this how traditionally used to happen. Traditionally, we all know the system. The system was, hey, I like this girl called Nina. I really want to marry her. She's nice. Okay, who do I go to? I go to my own family. And I tell them like, hey, listen, I like this girl. I like this girl, Priscilla. What do you think? Shan. My own family first has to assess me because the person who's going to go to Nina's family is my uncle.
Yeah.
And he's not going to embarrass himself. He's like, okay, do you have your money in order? Do you have a job? Do you have a this? What do you like about this girl? Oh, what's her family? We're going to do some investigation ourselves. What's her culture, tradition, beliefs? What are those things that are really going to matter when you guys are married? Right? And so they did this whole investigation. By the time they come to your family, my uncle shows up. Me, I'm not even there. And they say, oh, Abel wants to marry Flower from this house and whatnot. Your family is now vouching for you.
That kills me all the
Yeah,
time.
no, now
See the flower in your garden.
it sounds all of this sounding primitive, but they go through the whole process, and the families have a discussion, and their family can now ask the questions that you are too shy to ask about. Like, okay, how much does he make? What is he doing? You know what I'm saying? has he proven himself in terms of to society that he's able to be that person, right? And then by the time I take you on, now what is mine is yours. We're sharing land, we're sharing things. I've paid dowry. And the thing is, many people think dowry was like, oh, you're buying the woman. No, usually it was the fact that this girl, because she's part of a family, she also is part of an inheritance. So if you're going to partake in their family's inheritance, my guy, you have to pay your way in, right? That's also a misconception. That's why I say we didn't do a good transition. So now, even when you're asking about a man, like you're sitting at you go to Black or club or what, and you see a nice looking guy, who's going to tell you how good he is? His friends. You don't know how much he makes. You don't know whether he's able to look after you. Now, guess what? You guys start dating. And then maybe in 3 years, he realizes, this girl raps a span. This girl raps a span. When I was under pressure, when I had no money, that time this girl used to be on my case. This girl's too demanding. This girl loves money. This girl what. But you see, every time he tries to tell you that, you see him so much as an equal. You don't see him as a husband because no one has taught you to see a man as a husband. So you think you can out-argue him every time. And most men never actually express themselves how irritated they are in their relationships. They'll never really tell you, okay, you know what, you're over there. Because now even if I tell you, no, I like a woman who's traditional, can look at someone, hey, what kind of woman do you think you're talking to? Because now you're doing a show for your friends. Everyone's doing a show for their friends. There's no one who's holding them accountable. There's no aunties who are sitting you down and saying, Nina, this is how you look after a man. This is after Shanchan. No. It's girls, your girlfriends are telling me, no, men are like this. Let me tell you about men. Where did they learn? In their what? At age 23, they're now experts about men. Now, I'm telling you, if I took the advice my friends told me about girls, you know what I'm saying? It's really people with no background, no experience, telling other people with no experience how to be. And the fact is that we're living in such an individual state that everyone is validated by whatever they feel. Now it's my trauma. Now it's my this. Which now I hope, okay, go ahead.
You said that say 3 years in, you realize that she talks a lot. So for me, it's like, why is it taking men so long to realize? No, wait. I wasn't able to answer this because you've answered that already. Like, why is it taking men so long to realize, like, okay, this is not who I want to be with long term, or this is not my partner, or this is not the future I see. Like, this girl talks a lot, she screams at me. Bro, I'm pretty sure she's been screaming at you from day one.
Yeah.
So 3 years later is when you realize that. I just feel like
The time frame is too long.
yes. You get what I mean? Like, let's get to a point where we can leave this
people can
situation
act,
fast.
Okay.
What I'm saying is like
People can
you can realize and
Nina.
and in this let
Okay,
me just
okay,
finish.
okay.
In this instance, men usually have the power because men decide who they want to marry. At the end of the day, like a woman can say, I want to marry that man. She can't go and ask a man to marry her.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's
Unless
why
you're in
women, when they reach
California.
28, 30, 31, 32, they are now doing the actual most because they feel like time is running out.
Okay.
The man is like chilling, bro. Even 45, my nigga, I'm there. I'm just chilling. I can decide.
So
What
the
I'm saying
monopoly
is-
on access
my
to
question
relationship.
is, why does it take men so long to realize that this is not who I want to be with long term?
It's
I don't
look.
think it takes
I think look. No, may I answer? Because
It does, because
I
niggas
generally
take long.
think one. I don't know if you're also talking from your experience. Because I know
No,
guys- no. I'm talking because I know guys who don't take long. I might go I like this girl. The fun. So okay. So what do you do?
No, I'm speaking from like
also
this
let's look at.
majority of most
Okay.
situations, especially
Okay,
when
so-
it gets to like the
So these
marriage.
are
Okay, it's not
situations
majority of
close
most
to-
situations. I'll tell you this.
Yes, close to home.
Look, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so this is close to maybe it's a lot of friends, but that's what I'm telling you. You are using a system where you're trying to figure each other out by a Western
Standards.
compass.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, let's date. What is dating?
So hence the dating for so long?
Dating as a, it's funny. I was talking with a friend of mine who lives in the States. He's like, bro, because even that used to happen to me. Oh, hey, do you want to go? I'm going to watch a movie. Do you want to come? Yeah, sure. You go for a movie, and the next girl's like, so why didn't you call me back? Because dating is actually figuring each other out. Here in Zambia, I'm dating. Dating is supposed to lead to courtship, right? It's supposed to be established immediately. Like, oh, hey, listen,
Nowadays, don't
I'm
use
at that
stages.
age where I want to be thinking. What do you mean you're dating?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you do? Are you having sex?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you want. Maybe people were attracted to each other. Oh, I gave you my body. I slept with you. After 4 years, you didn't. No. At the end of the day, like, what exactly is dating? Because you have to understand, what tradition are you adopting? There, you have to decide, what is your custom? What is your tradition? Are you adopting a Western standard? Or are you adopting your African standard? Because if you're going to tell me that you dated a guy for 4 years, at the end of the day, you've already told me you picked up the Western standard. Now, what are the results of the Western? 60% of their marriages end in divorce.
Yeah.
Clearly, they're telling you it's not working. But you're telling me, why isn't it working for me?
Yeah.
They're showing you the results. It's not working. But you're just like, no, we'll keep trying it. We'll keep trying it. And then also, let's not forget, we live in a culture which keeps telling us that some certain things are acceptable, right?
Yeah.
A lot of guys are in very toxic relationships, but because they're told, no, my God, that's the way women are.
Yeah.
They're verbally abused. The reason why a lot of men commit suicide, take their lives, or say unalive nowadays, excuse me. There's a lot of men become unalive. There's why a lot of men are in depression.
Yeah.
It's because they're like, oh, if a woman is talking, like, what am I gonna go and complain about? Like, oh, she talks. Like, that's not grounds to leave. Even if I say something, oh, it's just words. Churches handle it like that. Therapists handle it like that. Your circles will be like, no, all women just talk. And we'll talk a man to his death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll talk a man into a depression.
Yep.
So what am I going to confront you about? Even if I try to speak with you, you out-talk me.
Go on, go on.
You see what I'm talking about?
So, but when does
So-
it get to the point where you leave?
Huh?
Where you decide?
Because until you both realize that there's something wrong, and people realize it late.
Yeah.
It's like a person who's grown up seeing men hit women, right? And she's like, well, my mom used to get, oh, if he hits me, then he loves me. There's women who generally think like that.
Yeah.
Until they realize that, hey, there's something wrong with this, right? So if I've been raised to believe that it's okay, then trust you me, I'm going to take, which is why, again, I go back to the traditional aspect when the parents would say, who's her parents, what's her tribe, where's she raised from? Because they realize there's certain cultures or practices that a family can end up having that are detrimental to our family.
Yeah.
We don't want this in our lineage.
Yeah.
If she grew up in a home where the mother talks the way, however she wants, there's a likelihood that will be her culture and tradition that you introduce to our family lineage. So we don't want any of that.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people would think, for a long time, I'll be very honest. Like, I lived in Oklahoma, and I'll be very honest. Like, there are times when I think, I have a thing of, there's racism, and look, I get it. I get racism. It's ugly. I hate it, right?
Yeah.
But then there's a part of me which also understands that living around white people, I'm like, these people have a culture.
Yeah.
They have a way of life that they like to do things. And the problem is, certain times, maybe there's a perpetuating idea that Black culture is some of the stereotypes that we push. So you have some people like, oh, we don't want that in our
chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't
love
want the
chicken,
culture
but not
because
that
we also,
much.
and I'm like, we also hold it to ourselves. Like, what do we perpetuate as our culture?
Yeah.
So even in the same thing as Zambians, like, what do we say is Zambian culture that we're selling? Because at the end of the day, someone will be like, don't marry a Zambian. Why? Zambian women are like this. Zambian men are like this, right? There was a narrative that a lot of South African women liked Zambian men.
Yeah.
We said that
Yeah,
last
because
week.
We said
Zambian
that
men
last
were-
week,
yeah,
actually.
because Zambian men are not as, apparently they're not as aggressive as maybe West African men with different race. So they're more loving. They want to, they're like, oh, let's go for drinks, I'll pay. I want to, you know what I'm saying? They're very kind. They like to be treated well and back them. So you see, you're like, but to another
What's my
culture, it's
belly
like,
Yeah.
compared to what we have in
Familiarity
our
brings
culture,
contempt.
Yeah.
No, it's not
Yeah.
that. It's not even that guy.
You know
No,
what I'm
like,
saying?
it's not even-
you know what I'm saying? But it's also like what I'm just trying to say is there's cultures and traditions. Now you
Yeah.
tell us what you're laughing at.
No, but I like the fact that you said it's cultures and traditions.
Yeah.
Because like I get that. You know, like South African men, especially Zulu men, have a reputation, right?
Yeah.
They could go bar for bar with a woman, like they will
Yeah.
fight you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They will kill you.
And not a lot of Zambian
Oh,
men
they'll
are
analyze
very
that stuff
like
back.
physical. Like
Yeah.
we have select few who like,
Yeah.
actually mess a woman up, but like most Zambian men, like they'll do their other stuff, but they're not very like physically abusive or like actually hit a woman, which
Or
is
confrontation.
the opposite that side.
Yeah.
But also, it's not familiarity breeds content, but I also feel like sometimes when you're experiencing something from the outside,
Yeah.
it's just that. It's exciting, it's pretty, because this is not what I'm
It's
used to.
exotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, but here, what I'm used to. So even when I go to that side or I go to another country, it's different. It's like, oh, Nigerian men, they like to take care of the women, right? But they are serial cheaters. You get what I mean? So there's all of that.
Yo,
But what I'm saying is, I just want
been told some scarred
us
stories.
as human beings, right, to get back to a place where we can just honor each other. I mean, as people, like we can come to a place and say, like, look, this is not working.
Yeah.
Like, I like you,
Respectfully,
you like me, but this is not working. Like, it shouldn't take 3, 4, 5 years of someone's life, you know, because then, no.
Yes.
Because I mean, I'm not just saying it's a man or also just a woman, because there's also women who waste your time, right? You've been in a relationship with someone and she'll just say, yeah, so I'm leaving for the States tomorrow.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So what I'm saying is, let's get to a point early enough.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel
18 years later, she tells you,
Exactly.
oh, he's not your son.
right. So it just doesn't feel like I've spent so much of my
been
time
shooting blanks for 18
investing
years.
in this thing and it's not going anywhere.
But you know the thing is, like, you can say that there are times where men, I don't know how many times I've seen this happen.
Yeah.
Men who invest their money, their savings, their life
Yeah.
into a woman, and can she has a second bank account?
Real.
Real.
And when the day comes, my friends, you retire. Okay, deep.
Yeah, I've seen stories where the woman is collecting rentals from a house. You don't even you know?
So women,
You saw
women,
that, there's that story where that man
Yeah.
was paying rent, but it was his wife's house.
yeah.
Yeah.
So women. So why women? Security is a very big thing for women,
It
right?
is,
And
it
then it's
is.
even worse when she has kids. Those kids become the priority.
Yes.
She will be like, okay, how do I secure my kids? That becomes priority. How do I secure this kid? You know what I'm saying? There was something that I saw online where, like, I don't know, it was kind of like a post suggesting, like, when did you check out? Like, have you ever been in a situation where
They're on TikTok.
even
a
when
lot of
he's
them.
like his love, he did a mistake so long, but you forgiven it, but you're just planning the day.
Yeah.
I've
The
seen some.
number of comments there where women are just like,
Like TikTok is crazy.
TikTok.
There's the one, yeah, there's the one
Twitter.
like, when did you realize like you've checked out, or like men, like when did you realize you're going to marry this woman? Women also, when did you realize that you hated this
Yeah.
man? Oh man, like when did you realize you hated your girlfriend? It's so crazy because when people are speaking in the comments, right? These are people in active relationships,
yeah, those are
and
the,
you're
those are
seeing
the
what they're
scary
writing, and you're like, guys, like why are
Then
you
you're
with this
just
person?
hoping it's not a burner account.
right?
But I
And
get
you're like
it.
sitting there and you're
Like,
thinking,
were you
why-
hacked?
I get
Yeah,
it
like
for
why
women.
don't you decide?
I do
and-
get it for women a lot because, like, most women in this situation, maybe a man is a breadwinner and they're just like,
I gotta be
the
here.
moment I don't need this guy, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you might ask the same thing, like, why don't you just leave? And then they're thinking, like,
The moment I don't need.
I can't pay school fees, I can't do this, I don't have a job.
For the woman.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to leave this guy in this situation.
But
He does everything, but I'm not.
you see how I get that for women, right? I need to understand that for men. Like, what's the
Yeah, like for women.
like? You see how she's like,
Yeah.
stay with this man because obviously this man is her lifeline. Say she comes from a
home
place-
where she's never known consistency.
exactly, or just like lack. You know, when you come from a place of lack, right? And you find this person who provides. It's so
Comforting.
yes, and that security you spoke about.
The
that
way
safety-
you are.
Yes, it's like okay, you know what? I
Somebody.
finally feel safe.
There's somebody.
Because you're coming from a place that's very erratic, right? Like today we have, tomorrow we don't have. 2 weeks from now, you don't know if your school fees are going to be paid, or you don't know if what you're going to have for dinner, that kind of stuff, right? So you get women who would stay with men because this man is basically funding your lifestyle. He's providing for you. He's taking care of you. Because without this man, you have to go back to the place where you were struggling.
Yeah.
So I need to understand for men. What is the main reason or the biggest reason that you stay with women? so
It can't just be emotional.
like, you know, this, I would never marry this bitch. Excuse my French. I hope you cut that out. But you know that I would never marry this woman. Like, you know, like this girl, sat. Like, she's even shouting at me. You know what I mean? But you know all of that. So what is the reason that you stay so long with the disrespectful woman? The one you know, like, shit, I don't want my wife to disrespect me like this. Or the woman that you know, like, bruh, she's always talking. I don't want to be in a house where there's just noise, there's words.
Or where I'm disrespected.
Exactly. Or where you're like, this woman has no, like, she's
okay.
already
You've asked a
spent
question,
there,
he wants to
what.
answer. So
Yeah.
funny enough, because I think with men,
Mhm.
we are taught to endure for the greater good,
Yes.
right?
But you know, there's
So
no
for the
greater-
sake of peace and stability,
we are taught to endure for the greater.
I'll have
the
to
greater
look at
good
all the other
is-
qualities.
The greater good is okay. There's also okay. So
It's not
so
about
look,
what
maybe
I
there's
want.
also there's several
But
like
you don't
you-
end up marrying the woman anyway.
there's several. No, you're
Some-
asking
some
why you
do.
endured for such a long time, right?
And they
So-
continue enduring.
I might even be obligated to be with you because I have a responsibility.
Like what?
So maybe I introduce you to a culture of whereby I look after certain things that you do.
Yeah.
So I also don't want to abandon you because you're not able to look after yourself. That's one. Two, at the end of the day, you might know too much. Emotional manipulation.
Real.
There's so many times men want to leave. Oh, after everything I've done for you, after I forgave you when you cheated, after I was sunshine, but they're like,
Chipubandine.
okay.
Sad, but
Right?
then
Ubandini.
men live
Also,
regardless.
no,
Don't even
because
get
at the end
that.
of the day,
Oh, you mean Nigerian men live
Because-
regardless? Okay.
because at the end of the day, for a man, he's also in a state. Let's not forget, he's also in a state where, he's people like to say, just because a man pays for my privilege. I'm like, guys, as a man, you understand what it means to get to a level where you make enough money to not only look after yourself but another person.
It's a lot.
I think we underestimate
Yeah.
how
There's
hard that
sacrifice.
process is.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
To be good, to be well enough to do something that someone is willing to pay you for that. So first, excuse me, the training, the school, the hours, you also have to have a boss who's on your neck, the desire to be perfect.
The sacrifice.
That's how you find like, oh, he's a footballer, gave 20 years of his life, and then after that, his wife wants a divorce because he wasn't giving enough time. Hold up.
Oh, you talking about Pep Guardiola?
You mean the Pep Guardiola, Tom Brady, you can list the whole, list, man. Like, so the thing is,
unavailable.
this man,
But
like,
that's different. That's like
you
a marriage
sacrifice.
situation.
than me.
No, but you understand, like, because it's also part of this whole thing of he sacrificed, he did what he could. So to get to a level where I'm able to do stuff, which means I've endured a lot of stuff. And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
maybe I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can endure this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe I've been.
And I also
we push
assuming
back.
that
Yeah.
the relationship has been going on for a very long time.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
mean,
been a really long relationship.
For a long
A lot of
time.
people are involved, your friends, your family,
Family.
I'll tell-
you're all integrated, acquainted, and then it's just like it
So
starts to seem real even if that's not what you are.
I'll tell you this. So let me give you an example. For a minute. There's a time a while back. You know, everybody's moved on in life. But I don't want to give this an example. I'm not gonna say names. Right? But I dated somebody who, at that point, I was. I dated someone years ago who I was like, oh, we're dating. Everything was cool. As far as I was concerned, this is the person I was gonna be with. Then one time, that was the first time I felt like there was a vision about my future, like a very strong vision. I'm like, thing. And then God told me, like, you need to go and pray. Like, take time to pray, take out time away from everybody.
Yeah.
And this is that. And I remember I went to this girl I was dating and I said, yo, I said, I don't know how to say this. And we're both church people. I'm like, yo, God told me that we need to take some time apart and just pray. Like, just because I feel like God's about to do something in my life, like, that is going to change my life. And I remember there's something that she said.
He's breaking up with me because
There's something that, now funny enough, there's something that she said that at that moment, I was like, oh, nah, this is not going to work out. She said, what can God do in your life that he's not done already? And you see, at that moment, I realized that mindset is not what I was going to be able to take going forward.
Yeah, that's lots.
Now,
Yeah.
at that moment, if I tell you how many people I lost because we shared the same friends, we shared the same circles, we shared
Yeah,
the
of course.
people would even come to me, but why are you bringing it? No, there must be another girl. Because why? Because you guys were inseparable. You guys were not. But let me just tell you, there's a point, like, we could do two, maybe we were together for 4 years, and then there's one moment where the vision is so clear. And even if that's a 4 years, and then I realize, this
Some
person
things are
can't
not
come with
teachable.
me to the next level.
Yeah.
Like the next level. And that's why you find a lot of times women, unfortunately, go to this. But I was with him through the struggle. Then don't
Acrimony.
come into the struggle.
Another time.
Go traditional and wait till he's made. And also in that period of time, make sure you're made as well.
Yeah.
Whatever trauma, talking,
That
thing,
part.
all those issues.
That part.
That's why I said we
that
either
part,
adopt
yeah.
tradition or we adopt the Western culture. Because Western culture, you will cry.
Yeah, no, that part. Because
You
sometimes
will
also
cry.
you want to just date the potential.
But how long can you date potential?
But the thing,
Exactly.
the village will never allow potential. They'll tell you want to go and marry who? You don't have a job. Iwe, kabioko. You know what I'm saying? They'll
Yeah.
find you in the field, in the maize field, hiding with a 16-year-old girl. You'll be beaten.
Bah, one time.
You know what I'm saying?
One time.
Pregnancies, if someone gets pregnant, remember how we used to have sit-downs, my friend?
Yeah.
My friend, me have seen people sit people on the floor. A whole grown-up being sat on the floor. Hey, bruh, there was one time I
damn
witnessed one. I won't even say what, but it was a relative. I'll tell you, man. I witnessed those damaged discussions. I said, Lord, may it never be. Because you're sitting there and they're asking you as a grown adult, where did you guys meet? Now people are describing. How no, and then I started like, what seemed probably like nice and sexy on that night. Now you just feel
I'm embarrassed.
Like I
I
used
made
to
some
be.
immature decisions.
everything you did just
Yeah.
seemed
Wow.
wow.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Mwanje kurumu. 18. Anyway.
I said, imagine narrating the whole experience, bro.
Are you mad?
The whole experience,
Proper
all of
man.
this. Then he texted me where you at. So you were man akishtawale, kuma 03. Like those days, bro, people was scared of pregnancy because they're just like,
No, but we were like, why are you awake?
no. Those things, I was like,
Witching hours, you're responding to messages.
I'm telling you. So I'm like, they were really on people's necks about that. So I'm like, guys, those traditional setups. Now it's like, we met in private, we did our own thing, then we just show up, Chilangamulida, and then we want to practice tradition.
Yeah.
Like 3 months till we get
And
married.
then nowadays it's just become a
But usually
show.
it's a month actually. It's even 3 months anymore.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's just become a show, and I guess that's one way we can conclude on Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I feel like on this
Because
one
we
of these episodes.
tangented.
Yeah, but one of these episodes
Yeah.
we
But
should
it
talk
was
about.
fun.
Yeah, but one of these episodes we
Yeah.
should genuinely talk about like this Chilanga culture, bruh.
Man, I feel like when
Like I don't think we even do
was
it.
getting married,
No,
we
like
should
we
have
don't
talked
even
about
do
that
it
properly.
because we no.
Yeah.
Like we don't do it because we mean to. I mean,
Yeah,
like
it's just
like
part of
you
the
know all
process.
that food
You
I bring
posted
to your
the chance.
house to taste. You will never taste that
Yeah.
in our house. No, but that's
It's a
real.
formality.
Like I
And
probably
also-
don't even know how to
and
make
also,
half of the meals there.
listen,
What I'm saying is like
Yeah.
it's become so like
a formality.
yeah, like if you're gonna get married, Chilanga kitchen party, wedding, right?
Yeah.
But shouldn't Chilanga mean that you've now learned all of those
We are showing you our fire, literally.
Exactly.
But
I'm not showing you
also-
any fire. My aunties are showing you fire for that day. I'm
my
going
grandma
back
was like,
to
"So
the
you brought
house
lasagna,
and
putra."
I'm making you a sandwich every time you come home from work. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're telling me you want shima. Are you crazy?
man.
We are both tired. We're going to
At
eat
least
sausage and chips.
At least
But that's my point. At the Chilangamila, there was no sausage.
So many years.
Five, putra.
Yeah, no, we need to talk about that. One of these episodes.
And
Oh,
chicken
yeah.
tikka, putra.
Yo, man.
Wow.
But, like I feel like Zambia is such a show.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Zambia is such a show. And also with the
It's the
prevalence of
dress,
social media,
it's the
people
Yeah.
are out here trying to show.
Maybe I
Yeah.
can ask you a
Trying to
question.
show.
Somebody asked me this. A friend of mine came in from the States. They said, "What is Zambia? Like, what is Zambia? Like, what can you identify? Like, even if you go outside, or what would you say? Like, because they said
Like what it's
the
authentically
accent-
Zambian
in fact, no,
experience.
his wife, who's American, was asking me. It's like, I'm having a hard time figuring out like what is Zambian identity? Like what? Because she says Zambians have very different accents all across the board. And I said, okay, we can accredit that because we also have very different tribes. We're not like one.
Yes,
We're
but
not like
also
other
we're
cultures.
very adaptable.
Yes.
Yes, because when we go into new environment, we like really know how to blend.
Yeah, we can.
This is why people
We
go
do
to
like
China
we
and
can
come
go
back.
like
British
you know
accent.
like
Wow.
I'd say, but
like can I get some water?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why can't you say it in Chinese
like,
though?
because
we're
what
in
would you
China.
guys say? What would you say is Zambian culture? Like, what would you say?
I feel like-
oh, that's a Zambian.
I feel like we can't pinpoint it because we're such a melting pot of so many different cultures.
Yeah,
Number one,
so
73
many
tribes.
Right, because 73. How can you catch up?
If you go to Kenya, in as much as they have tribes, they have all agreed on an official language, Swahili, and English. You go to Tanzania, there are possibly more than 5 major tribes there, but they've also agreed Swahili, English. You go to Congo, our closest neighbor, they've all just agreed, look, here it's French, but we're going to call it Lingala French. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Zambia, without having to dilute the diverse cultures of the many people who are here, because Zambia also being a land-linked country and landlocked at the same time means that everyone is also coming in.
And they're all welcome.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not just the
You're all
73 tribes.
welcome.
Wow.
It's not just the 73 tribes, you know what I mean? Like it's also
Everyone makes money in Zambia.
yeah, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Hopefully
Free market
Zambians also
economy.
hopefully Zambians also making money.
Mm.
So I feel like that's the thing, right? And because we're such a melting pot of cultures, it's kind of hard to follow or preserve one culture. But you know, one way that I feel we can try and tell this beautiful tapestry or like weave it nicely in a way that's palatable even for like generations to come, it's through film. It's through film. And that brings me to this question. Do you guys feel like Zambia has a film industry, or it totally depends on multinational companies coming to dictate what that looks like? Not necessarily aid, but just like what film looks like. Like what's an authentic Zambian, speaking the culture, what's an authentic Zambian show?
Yo,
But
Pali,
then, but then how many people are able to watch it if they don't have
a lot of
DSTV?
people watch
No,
it
if they
though.
don't have DSTV.
look about Mwinemu, she also goes in her. And what's that guy? That guy and his wife. What's his name?
So now,
No,
She's still Kasaka.
no, that Joker guy.
which one?
The funny guy
Kasaka,
with
yeah.
his wife, with his two. The one who always has them.
Chungu.
Yes.
You
That
see,
show kills
you
me,
guys-
man. Like,
But you guys have DSTV now. Even outside of
No, but
DSTV,
Polly
it's on
airs-
NBC.
and also on like
TV One?
Airtel TV. I don't know whatever that
I
is.
have to buy it. Okay, if I don't have a smartphone.
Okay, basically, I think people are able to access it easily
Okay.
because
Okay.
I think it's like
Now the question that I really want to ask is, if that's an authentic Zambian show to you, right? What about the other side of life that shows like Zuba brought? And how come we don't have enough Zambian shows trying to tell authentic Zambian stories? Because now think of this, right? Zuba, in as much as was a Zambian show, it was an adapted show. It was adapted from an Indian story on probably Z World.
and then they lost the
people are
plot.
so weird.
Wow,
And-
don't say
yeah.
that. We might need to
just-
put this show
No,
on
they
TV.
lost the plot because
that's the most authentic Zambian.
real.
Yeah.
Because how
Which
do you
one, Zuba?
go?
Yeah.
How do you go from being sister-in-laws, right, to being actual sisters to now being impregnated by someone's lost twin.
Bruh.
Like, guys, let's
And
just
let's
be
not
for
even
real.
think about the timeline, you guys.
The
Zuma
timeline
was
is so
fresh out of high
weird.
school. Why was she 16?
Yeah,
She
like
went from being a village girl who just graduated high school
Yes.
to being a CEO of the biggest fashion house.
Bro!
wow.
And then her arch
She was a maid
nemesis,
first,
her
actually.
arch nemesis, who was her sister-in-law, turned out to be her actual sister. Like, guys, no, let's
Okay,
Like
at
at some
least-
point, the
okay.
writers need to be like, guys, we've run out of ideas.
No, the thing is, they
let's
had
go.
different
What do you
sets of
think
writers.
telenovelas are? Like, you guys generally think telenovelas are for good
Okay, we
story.
get that it's
Did
supposed
you ever watch Passion?
But like,
No, we get that it's supposed to be.
They're just like,
Yes,
super
they're not
authentic.
And I
Yeah.
don't think, but
You
when
can't say Zuma is like
so it's
super
not.
authentic.
Let's
Even the rich people that were watching Zuma were like,
That's not how we live in Ibex.
wow.
It's telenovela, guys. Like everything is increased. Like it's always like super rich family.
And super dramatic.
Somebody from a poor background enters this rich family,
Mhm.
and then somehow the drama, but true love prevails.
Yes,
right?
but that's why
That's
we're
what it
saying
was
that
supposed
can't
to
be
be.
authentic.
At least they
in
didn't do
Zambia.
those,
So-
those long shots that they do in Bollywood movies where
Yeah.
someone's been shot in the forehead,
But you see, the thing is,
but they don't die for 15 minutes.
I'll tell you what happened with Zuba. I generally think so. Usually, those things have an ending.
Mhm.
Like they'll say 3 seasons, they went through drama, like the same. Every Spanish soap has
But
an
they
ending.
did have
Yeah.
an
It's not like the bold and the beautiful where it's
Couldn't
just
have
going.
it.
The problem is we kept on renewing
Going
and renewing.
ending.
Yeah,
That's why
which
we
is
ran out
unnecessary.
of stories.
Yes,
So-
but do you know why we ran out
And
of
we started
stories?
I feel like when it started, it
It
was
comes
good.
back.
Yes, and then
When
they
it
started
started, it
lying.
was so good. Then they started lying.
So they're supposed to.
But it's acting.
Nah,
Listen,
Listen,
telenovelas have an ending. They'll do it
Yes.
2 seasons, 3
Yeah.
seasons.
yeah,
and it's
like
done.
it
The two people
ends.
that started together end up together at the end after all their struggles,
Yeah.
and then it ends, right?
Now they are baby
Like-
mamas.
like Catalina and
by
Sebastian.
end, you can like draw a line and it all makes sense,
The
right?
problem is,
But now you got to baby mamas who are also trying to
like Zoe did how many seasons?
I don't know, it's like
it's like-
7.
This is why I respect
Yeah.
Mpali more, because not only is it culturally realistic, like you actually understand that this is how some people have grown up with like
Yeah.
4, 5, 6
Mumbai.
different moms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
But-
like
I love
they're all
Mpali
fighting
because
for land and property. Like I think
no,
that's
I love
the
Mpali because the traditional African man
Mm.
like has more than one woman.
Mm.
And I'm saying this because even our dads had
Like,
more
yeah,
than
take
one
that.
woman. Maybe they
girl.
didn't,
Girl.
like they probably
One
did like
woman.
yeah, like they didn't recognize them.
They got a big heart.
You know, like real, like they didn't recognize them and be like, oh, you have what, but you just shocked you have a sibling from Shanshani on your dad's funeral, bruh.
Well taken
All
care
your
of.
siblings,
Yeah, that's like,
just
see,
one
me,
day.
they
You know
put
what I
me through
mean?
government school, but those kids we didn't know about.
Yeah,
Man,
they see
banana.
for you.
bro, you get what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. That like they just didn't
Every
acknowledge
time he
it.
couldn't take me for ice cream, he was buying them tricycles.
Bruh. No, but real. Like our dads were slick as F.
Oh,
Nah,
They were.
nah.
Anyway,
But they were
proudly
responsible
sponsored
men.
by
Yes, they were. But what I would say,
Bongo Dust. But,
what I would
At
say,
least, yeah.
but what I would say about
Okay.
the Zambian film industry,
Yeah. Why do you think there are no news stories being told?
So
I have this. This is my opinion. This is my opinion.
go ahead, girl.
I-
Go ahead.
Having been in the Zambian film industry, right?
Mhm.
I feel like there's so many people with so many great ideas,
That's true.
like so many great stories
Yeah.
that if they were picked up or adapted, could actually make like a great storylines.
Yeah.
And not just
Full
drama.
universes.
Because like I feel like Zambians, you like trash TV. Those are bad manners. You just want people fighting all the time. You want drama. You want what? No. But there's people who have like, you listen or you like read a script and you're like, damn. You know what
It's
I
made
mean?
me think.
Like
Because I feel like we also have such a rich folklore.
exactly,
Right.
and we do have this rich, like we have rich history, rich
Mm.
culture, rich everything.
Mm.
But we just want
So
right? So now when someone
Entertainment.
knows that okay, my audience wants
Mm.
drama.
Mukoshi wow,
They want noise. They want
2 Chainz.
someone cheated on who, someone's baby mama became who,
to our Facebook.
all of that, right? So now I don't adapt this story that's like rich
Mm.
and full and someone put in like actual experiences and put into this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to this to the noise, to the drama, to all of that.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to put on TV
Yeah.
because that's what's selling.
I mean,
So we can't blame the producers.
Yeah.
We can't blame the people that are actually going on TV.
Mhm.
But I just feel like also sometimes our consumption is crazy. Like
Yeah.
we just love noise. And I don't think it's even just Zambians at this point because do you know how many ratings like Love Island gets?
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah. Even when they're speaking in Portuguese.
Bro, you don't even know what language they're speaking, but this man's girlfriend was being banged on this side and he's running from one end of the thing on the
From
beach
the other end of the
and he's
island.
crying. And I'm so invested. I don't even know what they're saying. I'm like, my G, your girl. You're flipping on like a pancake.
And
You're
what's
wasting
crazy?
time.
What's
You
crazy
know
is
what I
that
mean?
they put that situation up. You dig? Like, oh no, apparently, because what? I think that was his ex, but they were trying to work on.
You saw that
things.
one, right?
Yeah.
Where
then-
he ran from the and he cried. Yo,
He was crying. I was
I hate
feeling
to
for
see a
my
man
boy
cry,
because I was like,
honestly.
it's
I
either he
feel so
accepts
bad.
18 years of raising someone who's not his son or daughter, or he confronts her right then and there. Hey, could you? Somebody else is dead. And it's how she was so nonchalant, like, yeah, I did my thing.
she's like, I did that, nigga.
Wow.
Did
What
that?
you gonna do about it?
You will accept me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And frankly, he did accept her tomorrow.
I used to.
Yeah, because after she was like, right? You get what I mean? Because after she did all the drama,
Season 4.
yeah, because
episode
after
15.
she was like, you know what, you deserve that.
Well,
At the end, she was
okay.
like,
It was
I'm
on
so
Twitter, that's why I said
sorry.
it.
And then she starts crying and she goes back to him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, stop crying. Like,
Useless.
now, why are you crying? Like,
Hey,
I was pissed.
hey,
a few
I
minutes
saw
ago.
I saw the
Come back to
American
you.
one.
You see, that's in real time. You said, why don't men leave?
And he took her
Why?
back,
He did take a bag.
knowing that she was bumping thighs with someone.
You see?
Guys,
Why didn't he leave? Who?
that man was all up inside her.
That's what I'm saying. I just wanted to
And
be
you see, the thing
politically
is,
correct.
why didn't he leave? Maybe he didn't leave, and then one day you find a girl who knows his worth
Ha! Yeah.
and calls him king.
I couldn't cool.
What?
My king washes his feet with her hair.
Yeah,
But
anyway,
yes,
so coming back
It's
to
100%
Zambian shows,
yeah.
I think authenticity is also a bit difficult to achieve when your audience doesn't want authentic.
I think I know why audiences don't want authentic. I feel like we have become so accustomed to muling. So people get muled so much, like the work culture that we have. It's all about muling. No one really has a great sense of what hard work looks like because hard work needs to be almost torturous, right? So you come from being traumatized by the level of torture you have to go through, right? First of all, your job description said you're a graphic designer, but you're damn near a whole business development.
When you saw the
manager.
TikTok where they said when you lied on your application.
So
has
now
been killing me so much.
even outside of lying on the application, there's also employers who'll be like, sometimes these days they even put it in the expectations, right? They'll be like, we're looking for a graphic designer, but who's also able to do copy and strategy. And then
After
you-
Effects.
they need to know how to video edit as well. Elonish, there's people out there who their specialty is video editing. They can dedicate hours of their time to editing the video. Yes, they can dabble in copy and strategy, but that's not their specialty. So now you are in an 8-hour work week, right? 8-hour working day,
Yeah, because
and you've got tasks, 10 of them. Maybe 3 are videos that you need to edit, and maybe they are long form. You've got 17 hours of footage to look at and edit. At the same time, not only do you have to submit those by Wednesday, right? Let's say Monday is when these 10 tasks hit your email. You have to submit those videos by Wednesday. And at the same time, you also have to give a strategy in the Monday morning meeting. On Tuesday, you have to give an implementation strategy to accompany that. And you have to give key messages. And you're just a graphics designer. You dig what I'm saying? Now, this person is like, I needed something to pay the bills. So there's a part of them that dies. So they look for these little things that make them feel alive. In Zambia, that's why there's such a high drinking culture. People don't go to drink because na enjoyment, right? Their main source of escape and vulnerability expression
no enjoyment.
is enjoyment. It's in the guys of.
No, but
No one really has.
I want to say something.
Before you
like,
do.
on these guys.
Yeah, but before
You know,
you do.
like you haven't been outside and you go outside Destro.
That's
like,
that's
and
what
then
I'm
the
saying.
music is musicking.
It's loud. It's in your ear.
And the drinks are drinking you back. Ah.
Wow, they're drinking you back.
Yes, you be like, you know, like outside,
get that.
I understand
Listen.
why people like being outside.
Listen, there's that part to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a point where it ceases to just be about enjoyment. It now becomes an escape.
No, that's true.
You'll be looking for, it becomes your lifestyle now to look for an escape. So
That's true.
if you are in such a hectic work week, if you are someone who lied on your application, or if you're someone who the job description is not the amount of work that you do, you're going to always look for that outlet. And that's why drama and being able to take your mind off of the stress, that kind of content thrives. It's why I would even juxtapose this to music, where people don't pay attention to sound quality. Is the beat banging,
Yeah.
and are the lyrics simple
Catchy.
enough for me to catch them on?
Yeah, they catch
Great.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go from thinking too much to thinking again with this artist's music. You dig what I'm saying? Same way with TV. I don't want to go from thinking too much to thinking as I'm watching. So now, what is this person about to do? Oh my gosh. I don't want my people who look like me, to make me think even more.
to make it complicated.
Exactly.
So can we agree that the industry is failing because of the consumption?
By part, yes. But there's also gatekeepers.
Can I answer? I can.
Or supposed to be.
gatekeepers. So I think for me the key word is industry.
Mm.
Somebody asked me a question: where do you see Zambian music in 5 years? I said, I have this theory where I believe Zambia, in every industry that Zambia has control, you can watch. It's a type and shadow of how they manage every other industry.
Yeah.
Even the ones that they're most profitable. So, for example, let's say the mining industry. Who owns majority of the mining industry? Is it Zambia? No. Because we fail to manage, right?
Yeah.
We can't even manage. It's in our ground, it's our stuff, but we fail to manage. So someone else comes and like, oh, I can actually do this.
There's
And
gold here.
We'll use your manpower, use your guys on everything, but we know how to do this. Zambian music is also going to become like that the moment people realize it's profitable, right? Someone who come from outside. Right now, most of our stuff, we get our payments from South Africa,
Yeah.
right? Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Why is there no one in Zambia doing that for us?
Sure.
It's not that it can't be done, unless you're doing tune core and different things, but that's the thing. Yeah, no, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
So, but just on anything like just proper streaming and different things.
Ask if you're signed up.
But-
You signed up to some cops.
Exactly. But that's one of the things that you find. It's just bad management. So now it comes back to the film industry. The film industry is not owned by us. Zuma was not owned by us. It's owned by South Africans. Mkondo, which is new, is an adaptation of Isivaya.
Word.
Yeah, it is. I was
Yeah,
just
but
talking to the
like,
guys
I
behind
can't
it.
even see.
No, but three
But-
quarters. I would like to say 90% of all the shows on Zambezi Magic are not
Yes.
owned by us.
Yes, they're
Yeah.
Because Mpali itself is not owned by us.
Yes, so Mpali, even the one we're raving about, is not owned by us. It's a Zambian how to take a great story, but at the end of the day, excuse me, the money to fund the project is owned by the South Africans.
Yes, also
They
there's a
want the
song
numbers.
that keeps playing on Zambezi Magic
So
that I have no rights to. I'm sick of it.
yeah, and
It's your song.
Bruh, I was on this show, Mungoma, that ended in.
Oh,
2023.
we was.
But this song plays all the time on Zambezi Magic, and I have no rights to it.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
you gotta make some calls.
that's what
I
I'm
make
saying.
$0.
You need to make some
from
calls.
it.
But you see, that's
You
what I'm
gotta make
talking
some
about.
calls.
When you guys
Oh,
got
man.
proper management, or like the industry is actually industrying,
Yeah.
then at the end of the day you start saying like, oh, we can be able to tell our own stories. This is what we, at the end of the day, unfortunately, we have to go back to. This is what people like when Tyler Perry were fighting for,
Yeah.
right? Where they own their own
Yeah.
stories.
That's
right?
why he's got so many.
So you can
casings.
say-
It's his show.
Tyler Perry and black women, Tyler Perry what? Because eventually he's like, Hollywood is not going to make the Madea.
True.
right?
And Hollywood is not
Until
going
I
to do
build
that
an
like
audience of people
African
that
struggle
actually
or
want
like
that.
Black American
Yeah.
struggle. Like
Yeah.
and when people say,
So
"Oh,
much I doubt
Tyler
that.
Perry just focuses on this," he has to.
Yes.
Because no one else will.
No one else is
So
doing
that
Yeah,
drama
doubt that, yeah.
creates the income for you to do your dream project. It's like Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan made
Makes
the greatest
movies he
bad.
wants to
Yeah,
make,
they made.
yeah.
So now, but you see, the thing is, Christopher Nolan made Interstellar.
Yes.
But you know what? Apparently, he went to Warner Bros. With the script for Interstellar, and they said, "Oh, okay, we'll give you the money for this dream project, your whatever your idea is, but make us 3 Batman movies." And that's how he's like, "Okay, fine." He didn't want to, but he made like, "Okay, can I do it my way? Okay, fine, you can." And he did an amazing job. So that's how we got the Dark Knight trilogy, right? Changed superhero movies for a long time. Then eventually he got the power to do Interstellar and everything else he wants. So the thing is,
Inception.
is this also an opening
Exception
door?
is so fire.
Is Mpali in the hands of these guys? What? Because I've always hated the fact that if the money and the income is coming from Zambian views and Zambian interests, how is it that ZNBC, even though they had higher viewership than any of than DSTV before, failed? How is it that we're not making money?
Can I
How come they
contribute to
couldn't
that?
commission a project?
Because also they don't invest.
But that's the
Mismanagement.
thing, best managed.
There are so many investors.
Even if they invested,
no,
do they
but
know
I
how to
mean-
make it back?
What I mean
It's like
is
if
that
I gave a Zambian artist $1 million for their project, how do they make that money back?
Ra, I'm confused. $1 million. because before you even expect your money back, I bought myself a G wagon. You understand? Like, relax. Before we even
So
get back to the,
mismanagement.
before we even get back to the profit, mention $1 million.
There's G wagon, dog.
$1 million. if I
You
give
must
the Zambian
know
artist
that
$1
my
million
house was
today.
visited. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Go and record an album. Make sure it's a hit. Make sure it what? How do I make
Because
that
by
money
the time you're coming back to this,
Mm.
my house, you can see from my
Damn.
lifestyle, the change is so evident that even when you be looking at my life and you're like, this nigga didn't even spend 5 minutes in the studio
Yeah.
because I was
He
so
hasn't even
busy
yet gone to
shopping.
the store.
I'm going to the bad,
Come on.
Wow.
dropping some dollars.
Like,
And
I
by
went
the
to
time I
Italy.
realized that I owed you content,
Yeah.
it was too late.
Yeah.
The money was already gone.
Yeah.
The
There's people,
baddies.
there's people who
They wanted to go to Dubai.
there's people who are like
What could I have done? I'm just a man.
there are people who are in trouble like that. Who are in trouble. I know people who are in trouble like that because they convinced an investor, no, if you give me this, I can do this project, shan. And no sooner did that money hit the account, the
Then
first
they
thing
spent
that you saw was the lifestyle.
Oh.
The quality of the phone, the picture quality on the phone, on the thing. You know, this person is now on an iPhone 16, my friend. Be very scared. So there's a lot of things which you can want to be able to say, oh no. But I'm telling you, it's how do you make that money back? And the problem is, unfortunately, we don't know how to make that money back. We have poor management.
Yeah.
And by the time
And also we are hungry. Like we come
Just
from
they're
so
hungry,
much. No, we come from so much scarcity that even when someone gives you money, before you think about the investment and what this money can do for you.
yeah,
When I mean for you long term.
yeah,
You think about what this money can do for you right now.
yeah.
Because if someone says,
Scarcity.
I'm
and
giving
debt.
you 3 million kwacha to make a series. Before I even think about my shooting locations, my
I will
cast,
buy
my what,
plots.
I'm thinking about, okay, there's that Benz I saw on before. Number one, okay, I saw that land in State Lodge.
Mhm.
That by the time I'm thinking about talent and music and location and what, we have 20% of the money left.
And you see, this is what happens.
But we'll make
So I'll
it
give
work
an example.
because people are.
Even in the
Hungry.
construction, even in the construction industry, this is why a lot of Zambians will lose contracts because they would get huge tenders, get contracts, and the
Change
first thing
their
is,
life
yeah,
first.
my friend changed my life.
You must see something.
And then by the time they even start realizing now, let's just say there's shabby work,
Yeah.
and then whoever employed is like, nah, you need to redo this. Now you don't have any money
Yeah. It's
to
like
redo the work or do something.
Is this
You know what
why
I'm saying?
I think is this why they'll always be stagnant in like reaching a certain level of like maybe productivity or like
Yeah.
producing or
Yeah.
quality?
Yes.
Because there's not enough money that actually goes into making sure that we
Because
exceed a
I'm
certain level.
hungry in my mind, I'm thinking this is the only time I'll ever touch money like this. So let me
and
make the most of
It's
it.
nearsightedness.
Yes. So you don't think that okay, if I actually invest this money into this project could bring you.
And
more
even when you compare the standard,
Yeah,
you'll be
like,
like, this is as far as this goes, so I can keep it within this range.
yeah, now you're like, I'm not risking it. Let me
Now
do this
mediocrity
now.
becomes the
This
king.
is also one thing I'll tell you. I don't think we invest in our people.
Mm.
Exposure is a very powerful thing for people, right? You, let's just say, me, I'm coming from okay. So let's start with one of the things that I think Kaunda did was very good in UNIP was when he first got independence, he sent a lot of Zambians abroad.
Mhm.
So a lot of these guys, like when you find that no VJ was the youngest Shani, what because it was like, hey my guy, we're going to send you. When you come back, you have a job. You need to come back. You are the guy.
Mhm.
So a lot of people went with the mindset of whatever I'm seeing here, I need to go and recreate it for my own people.
Yeah.
And I have the opportunity and the freedom to recreate this great idea.
Sure.
So right now, so the reason I hung out with some Zambians who live abroad and they're coming here. The things they're doing with the houses they're building here, different things. A lot of them are just like from their travels, experience different things, and they want to bring money back here. But all of them also have stories of, we sent money to this person, then this person.
Someone is selling you pictures of a different property, that
You know
your
what I'm
property is at
saying?
roof level. You
So
come
even
back.
they have a lot of proper bad trust levels. So I feel like exposure is also the same thing. Like for me, imagine if you take me like, oh, it was a good singer. Okay, your own government says, okay, my guy, we're going to pay for you to go to the BET Awards. Just on our expense, everything. Just go there.
And experience it.
Do you understand the way I'll come back?
Yeah.
The kind of vibe or the mindset or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna change.
Yeah.
So, but the problem is when we're here, when a foreign act comes, you really want to make it look like the foreign act is there, the locals are there.
True.
Yep.
No interaction, no interwhat,
That's
not
absolutely
even building up. I'll give you an example, something I've never really said before, so I'll say this.
Okay.
So there's that hyped up, like people talked about this wedding that happened, right? When Diamond
Oh yeah, you were the MC of that
So,
wedding.
You
One of
were.
the
Don't
things-
be like, oh, people were talking about
one of the
You
things
were
was-
there, Abel. You were
Yes.
there.
Okay, so
You
I'm
were
saying-
inside
No,
the
yeah,
room,
okay, see,
inside
there
the
is-
I'm trying to
money.
get to a point. I'm trying to get to a point. So the point is, a lot of the things that were happening, a lot of people around there were all foreign. Like Precious the planner, she's South African, the whole team was South African.
Makeup team,
was
Nigerian.
whatever. So one of the things I was in charge of is bringing your maps. So when your maps was coming, so now I'm sitting down with the planners and they're asking me, so they don't know much about your maps. They just know that we've got this big artist who's coming with your maps.
Mhm.
So I instinctively told them, hey, what I did was, I know it sounds crazy, but I pretended as if there's a rivalry between your maps and Diamond. So I said, everything you guys do for Diamond, if you do not do it for your maps,
It's beef.
because your maps is huge. You see, the thing is, because sometimes people downplay someone based on, oh, it's Zambia, coming from a bad country, whatever, you know. But I'm like, everything you guys have to do has to be extra.
Yeah.
So, whatever, even when your maps' team sent the drinks list, I increased the number of drinks as compared to what Diamond has. Because I saw Diamond's room and everything like that. So, you know what happens? That creates the environment or the potential of someone realize like, yo, who else is here? Yo, there's this other guy. How come he's got security? Oh, he's also got security.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is the part that we don't do for our own people. We don't expose and make ourselves look bigger. This is what Nigerians were doing. Davido and the guys would go to a London club with $1 million in a briefcase. Not from their own money, but Nigerians who are rich within said, my guy, when we go, we're going to take you to this club and we're going to ball.
Like you need
So
to show that Nigerians
Yes.
also.
So what do?
Yeah.
You show up there, and then that's like, hey, we got this guy from Nigeria. Da, 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 da. Throw money to the crowd. My friend, trust you me. That's how Afrobeat started playing in those clubs in London. Exposing people to you're making yourselves look larger than life.
True.
Making
Investing in our
Zambian,
people to
Priscilla's talking
expose them,
about.
yeah.
Exactly.
So with people
The
want
right
to
exposure.
invest in Zambian music, Zambian film, we have to reinvest in ourselves through exposure. We have to make ourselves look bigger than we actually are.
And
We
also
have to believe in
pay the
ourselves.
Zambians what they're worth. Like we have this notion also in the film industry
Yeah,
where believe like,
I know
oh
someone cheaper.
yeah, like exactly. And
It
then-
happens everywhere.
No,
not
but
just
true.
film.
And it's true
Yeah.
because there's always someone cheaper. So
Even in the
you
corporate
go on these
spaces,
shows,
yeah.
right? These are seasoned actresses and actors, and like you can see like their work and their caliber of like what they bring to the table is good. It's pure vision, and they're like, this person I can practice with them. I'll give them 5K. This actress is asking for 25K, right? You as your Zambian who's been given a budget, you don't want to spend the 25K. So let me go spend the 5K. But you know, with other countries, you know how like the actor can have all of these choices and say, I won't do this
All
movie
power,
unless
Tony
this person is
Stark's
here.
actor.
You know what I
Downey
mean?
Jr., yeah.
I won't do this movie unless this. And they have all of
I'm not
these
gonna do Iron Man
demands
3.
in,
You
like,
gotta pay me $1
in their
million.
trailers. I want water from like the
Fiji.
Shani River or whatever.
Fiji.
And you have to make it happen. But then you come here, home ground, your own people. And I don't mean like foreigners treating you like that. I mean your own Zambian people treating you like, bro, you want 20 ping. Okay, may I have 10 ping. You get what I mean? But you have that 20,000.
Yeah.
So why not invest also in the actresses, the actors, and pay them what they're worth? Because also people like to downplay this thing. Like people just come on the camera and say a few lines. No, man, I have to practice. I have to bring that emotion out. But
It has
that
to
would
be authentic. You
exactly,
have to
and that would
think of
also
something else.
motivate the Zambian actors, and they believe, like, you know what, I could actually make a living out of this.
Yeah.
But now, when people start treating acting and you know, like a part-time job, I will also give it part-time time,
Energy.
part-time energy, part-time presence all the time, and I just feel like we need to do better as an industry as a whole.
Yeah.
Hello, let me just say this. There are things that hurt, but being famous and broke.
Right?
Only happens in a few countries.
Especially here, because how many famous people do you know who actually have money?
Because let me just say that the audience is ready all times to remind you that you are famous. Why are you on a bus? You are famous. Why are you
Yeah, but why are you on the bus, bro? Like, I see you on TV every day. Why are you on the same bus as me? No, but also it's not okay. Like it shouldn't make sense, because why are we on the bus together, bro?
And it's kind
You
of
know,
hard
that's
to
your
even tell
face.
them.
Your face. I should be seeing your face on your screen. That's money.
Yeah,
And you should be paid that money. That's why when I see you sitting next to me on the bus, it's weird, because like you should be paid that money. What do you mean?
There's a lot that people don't know that, you know, we've been taken advantage of.
We
you know,
have.
like there are people who tell me stuff like, all I hear on radio is your voice. You
No,
must
but
be
Destro,
rich.
I hear your voice all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I
That's
even be
what I'm
like, oh yeah,
saying.
I know this guy.
But do you know that there's this thing, right? Like,
It's time to dip.
Yeah.
there's this thing where I try to tell people that, you know, in other countries, what you're saying can be extremely validated in not only how I live, but also the very fact that there will be a bit of scarcity on my part because of, you know, the demands that I have with my life.
Yeah, we want to
But
live
here we love it's two things, right? Mentally, we love community. So if someone is famous, it doesn't matter if they're famous, they should be accessible, readily accessible. This is why people frown upon the whole concept of, I have to call your manager to get to you. Someone shared your number with me. Your number, like it's your number.
Yeah.
You know, and then I have to talk to your manager. You are
my
big headed.
guys.
You are big headed.
Yeah.
You know,
I
such
get.
things. So there's that. The
And just
value for
let's not
community,
forget,
yeah.
the person who hasn't called you or spoken or hung out with you in 10 years will call you and say, my guy. So
my
with
guy.
this thing, my guy.
My guy,
And they did-
today, after 10 years, I saw you buying Benzes from your marketing budget, but you want to call me your guy.
Real.
You could have spotted me too. But anyway, the whole point is this: the community thing, right? Naturally, I get it. As Africans, we love community and access, and then secondly, there's the contempt thing because of that accessibility. right? We are so accessible to the point that familiarity breeds
Contempt.
contempt. And if you're a talented individual, the educational background has taught you that these things are hobbies. You do these things in your spare time. There is no syllabus for these things, so they shouldn't be taken seriously. So naturally, people don't take you seriously because you rest on the laurels of your talent, right? So to them, it's like, oh, but outside, what you're doing gets people paid. So obviously, that translates the same way here. But in actuality, it doesn't, because the people in positions of power feel like, I can't pay this person they're with, even if what they're doing for me will make the company look good for the next 5 to 10 years. It will make the company the revenue we're looking for. Because what people forget about, like, artistic involvement in corporate identity or campaigns, is that when you involve an artist is giving you the very thing you want, which is the people, the audience, right? If I underdeliver on a voiceover, it means, if let's say I'm doing it for ShopRite and I'm telling people prices, if I'm not telling people those prices in a manner that sits well in their ear, they won't go and buy.
True.
And it means you would have wasted. Your risk would have not given you the return on the investment. And this is why, because there's also this background of thinking talented people are not educated, there's also this expectation that they are here because they are not educated. They are talented people. You dig? So because of that same contempt that comes from the
And
education,
also, people just
and it doesn't
assume that
translate.
being creative or talented is not hard work.
That's
It's like,
that's precisely what I'm
You're
saying.
just going to come and speak in front of the camera. That's why it's not that
you
serious.
know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole lot that goes behind. It's an art.
Exactly.
Like, if I can't present well, it will show.
Like someone didn't learn how to produce.
You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Because I always tell people, especially people who like to do, like, they come to me and they ask me, so what does it take to be a voice over person and so forth? I tell them, go and learn how to act. That's all it takes.
No, but really.
No, but I have a voice. Oh, okay. Voiceovers are not about having a deep voice. Like, if you listen to me right now, I don't sound the way I sound in voiceovers. There's voiceovers I can hit a very low register. But to tap into that low register, I had to learn how to do that.
True.
Right? I remember feeling so insulted when I told this person my pricing, and they were like, all you're doing is standing and talking. And I was like,
That's the problem.
word.
That's the problem.
Then
Word.
you do it.
Then I told them precisely
people
that.
like pulling off that thing.
Abel,
So just one song.
Right? Like, it's not a big deal.
It's just
like,
one
I don't
song.
have to pay
No.
instrumentalists to come and put it
So
together.
sometimes I find myself
produce it
feeling-
to mix.
Like, I don't have to spend hours in the studio.
Like, I don't have to spend
We
brain
just need
cells
just-
writing.
just for 2 songs. I'm like, nigga, that's the moment, right?
Oh, you're
there.
charging
Yeah.
20K for 5 minutes.
Because
know?
you see, the thing is, what I tell people is like, I'm committed to your event. If you guys now come late, because no one ever starts on time in
No.
Zambia, so I have to make sure the sound check is well, and we have to make sure things are prepared. And at the end of the day, to your audience who you're trying to create this whole thing of Abel showed up, that moment when I just start singing is the moment that really matters the most. That moment you're dancing, that moment you're thinking, that is the
Yeah,
moment
because that's
that
that
matters.
Abel Chungu was at that event moment.
Exactly. The pictures, everything. He came and he sang. Oh my God, he sang my favorite song.
Yeah.
That is what the moment is actually
Yeah.
built on.
Yeah.
So it's not about, oh, it was one song. Yeah, that one song live
Change
in
your life.
person in that moment, that thing you'll never do again.
Yeah.
That's
I think
the
one thing that people are normally disregardful of in these kinds of scenarios is the fact that aside from like the knowledge and you learning, there's passion attached to it.
Exactly.
You're passionate about what you're doing. So when people sit down and listen to you, or they're exposed to something that you do so well, it means that ideally they're tapping into your passion.
Yeah.
They're
And there's,
tapping into
like,
your magic, whatever it is that you bring to the table, whatever it is that,
hours of unseen rehearsal. There's hours of mistakes. There's hours
Exactly.
of pressure. There's hours
Correcting yourself.
of writing and
Criticizing
correcting.
yourself.
But you know how many
Having people
times I'm
criticize
saying,
you.
no, that note, let me hit it like this.
Yeah.
But people see that 5 minutes of that song and not the hundreds of
Everything
hours
else.
spent
Yeah.
in studio, spent in rehearsal,
Definitely.
spent stressed and like thinking, you know what, maybe my voice doesn't sound this good. You know what I mean? And people
Yeah.
don't see that. And
Yeah.
because they don't see that, they see the 5 minutes of when you hit the note so perfectly, but they don't see the practice it took for you to get to that. They don't see the anxiety, the anger, the stress.
The getting yourself together.
Yes, and then they're thinking, oh,
lot.
I only paid you for 5 minutes. Oh,
Like,
you paid me for all those
somebody
hours
has to
of
do
work.
it.
You know what I mean?
The
You paid me for
rehearsal,
all
Yeah,
of that.
like
Yeah, but also I do understand the ones who do hold some of these famous people in contempt,
Yeah.
because there are some who do give the rest of us a bad name. You find this person is successful as an artist, an actor, and so forth, and then they show up drunk, or they don't perform. They went away with the deposit.
Or they came
And-
back, or they came to the show that was posted at 22 or 24.
Yeah, and they still demand stage time.
The same management you hate is the same one you decide. The same
This is why you should speak to a
Yeah, 'cause
manager,
management
because a
keeps
manager will
you-
save the artist from themselves.
Yeah, and they'll keep the artist accountable.
Exactly. So, I think at the end of the day, even as we are worried so much about like the movies, the arts,
Like it's
we should
crazy.
also,
We have bookings like maybe even like someone will say, "Oh, I want to book you next year in March,"
Mhm.
right? Or I want to book you as far out as August, September, and they'll do a down payment.
Yeah.
And you have to honor being there on that specific date.
Next year.
Yeah, you have to honor being
Because you've been
somewhere.
given the down payment.
I have booking this September. I have to honor that date, that agreement, because somebody says I needed to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's also one thing I think I also underestimate. Sometimes like the discipline to be able to do something like that.
Yeah.
And so see how people sometimes like, oh, you didn't show up, or you showed up. I'm like, how?
Or you should have played. Or
Yeah. I think there's only once in my life when I've done a double booking, and it was by mistake. It wasn't, but see, the thing is, so it was a friend of mine. So I had a wedding at Tongale Park, and I knew the wedding was starting at 1. But then my friend hits me up and he's an MC. He's like, bro, dude, I'm not too well, what. And he was going through health complications. And usually I'd fill in for him if there's an issue. Bro, I've spoken to the bride and groom. Can you do at where's your wedding? Okay, Tongale Park. I'm like, oh, snap. So to me, I'm like, Tongale Park.
I can do both.
I'm actually doing the wedding. I'm like, yeah, I'm already going to be, oh, for real? Yeah. So I get there. 1 p.m. And we start, and I'm just like, yo. Then I meet one of my friends managing, but I'm like, do anything. I tell him I'm emceeing. So I'm like, I'm sick. Then I call my friend. I'm like, yo, I thought it's like, no. It's another wedding. It's like, oh, it's that. The only thing I just said, God saved me.
Wait, so
Is
it
that-
was a different wedding from the
It
one
was
you
a
were at?
different wedding, same location.
That's crazy.
But luckily for the other guys, they were doing 18 hours. So I ended up having to stay now the whole day till 20. So now I transitioned from one wedding which wanted me to sing to another wedding which had me MC.
Yeah.
And then so I was there from like 1 to like midnight. I was so exhausted by the time I was finished, because I was like, oh, but it was one of those situations where I realized like, oh, okay. Because in my head, I had assumed that, oh, if it's the same wedding. I didn't look too much on the details, but
of course.
yeah.
So I think
But then there are
comes
those.
down.
Then there are those ones who are like,
Oh,
most young people, oh, when my talking 16 hours, okay. And then you book another wedding at 18 hours and then start rushing the one for 16 hours because they are
because
late.
they're late. Yeah, they're like, okay. Send to Shine and Omba. Oh, you haven't yet exchanged cakes for the family.
Nah, I've seen
Okay, let's do
double book and be annoyed. Now start rushing. I'm just like, my G, no.
I think that's how someone got even into a car accident.
Really?
Can't remember who, but they're like in the MC space. So they got into an accident because they double booked on the same day.
Jeez, man. I always say, look, never, one thing, weddings
Don't say
always
yes
start
too
late.
much.
weddings always start late, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just
Unless you're dealing with white
gossiping
folks,
about
then or folks who go to a white church,
yeah, we're gossiping about you.
they'll be on
Oh,
time.
yeah?
But to be honest, look, I always feel like weddings always start late and then they. So I never double book like weddings,
Yeah.
unless you're talking about like maybe church service in the morning
Yeah.
and then the receptions in the evening. Those things, yes. Not that afternoon. I mean,
Exactly.
afternoon becomes evening
Sadi, real quick.
Yeah.
real quick.
The
bro.
sun goes down like this, and you're like, "What? I'm supposed to be at the other place."
I'm telling you, man, they always switch up.
They gave you a deposit, and then you spend the deposit because you are in pressure.
Yeah.
I was sure. So, yeah, like, I think even as we worry about
Totally.
all these things as artists, we have to be disciplined. We have to have the right structures around us as well. That way, we create this air of respect that's commendable and commanded. On the Tyler Perry bit, like yeah, well, I feel like we didn't.
Tyler,
we went into other things.
No,
And we
tried.
forgot about, man to man, the person who's suing him is, I just had to say, he white. And it does
Also,
feel
I
like a
just feel
scam.
like when you're suing someone, like if it's actual sexual harassment, don't you report it to the police first? Isn't that a crime?
Mhm.
Yeah, but then what
Apparently he
happened-
did.
But he wants money for
But that's the thing, like-
$260 million.
That's a lot.
That's how much he's asking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other people ask for like 50 million.
But guys,
260 million.
Yeah.
But
What?
you see
For the
that's-
drama.
For what?
Emotional damage.
Because Tyler's a billionaire.
Grown ass man.
Yeah, he's a billionaire. He can pay.
He will
No.
probably lose the case, but at the end of the day, the damage will be done.
Yeah, because now white people won't want to act
Unless-
in his movies.
Unless he's made a deal with some people
Yeah.
who are ready to elevate him after and make him a victim and a martyr. And like, oh
Yeah,
my
and
God.
then he can
Well,
finally
what
he
you
can
do
finally
is
because
that's
part of the story.
Society actually. is,
Wow, you
Someone
can't say
pays you
that.
to bring
There's-
down
they're
someone
too
and then you
secret.
become bad.
Yeah.
So there was this story I was listening to. I think it was the Breakfast Club. One of the reporters who works on the Breakfast Club team. She's really good at her journalistic work. I think her name is Lauren.
Yeah.
So she
Lauren.
was expanding on
The
the whole
Rosa.
story. Yes. So she was expanding on the whole story, and she was talking about how this guy, like she gave a whole, like she did her work, right? She gave a whole story from the time they met, because he was on staff, he was serving drinks and everything, to him eventually, because it showed that they actually had a relationship. They
So
became
Tyler
quite-
changed his life, and this nigga's like,
but not
Oh,
just
Lord.
changed his life, right? He doesn't talk about obviously other more intimate details, but he just makes it seem like this guy was onto me
Yes.
and I didn't want him like that.
Oh.
And right, there's also parts of the story where he talks about he pitched a show idea to Tyler. So Tyler didn't ignored it a bit. Then he threatened to leave Tyler. And then Tyler's like, "Oh yeah, we can talk about your show again. We can talk about your show again." So now he comes back into Tyler's house. He paints this story, to make it seem like, oh, in an effort to like rediscuss my movie, I went to his house and I slept over at his house. And he tried to he grabbed me by the neck and he was said, "Look at how excited you are." Stuff like that. So I'm just like, so you wanted a show and he didn't give you a show.
So you went to his house?
You went to his house to talk about your show.
Which
You didn't really
on
talk
a
about your
different
show.
place, right?
Tyler's lawyers will destroy that man, understand? But I guess whatever
Yeah.
damage, you never know what damage.
You never know. They could decide to settle out of court,
But I feel
which is
like-
also just as bad.
I feel like we
For
were
his
kind of always
reputation.
knew that Tyler.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
something.
if the Boondocks could tell us,
The Bulldogs,
what do they call him? Duke,
So
Duke
many
something.
things,
They called him
actually.
Duke. So they were like, "So Duke, what kind of movies do you like to direct?" "I like to direct the kind of movies with sexy men." That was it. We should have known from that point. That
the
all
Bulldogs.
prerequisite to be in his movie is to apply copious amounts of Vaseline and
Wow.
baby oil.
Ew.
Like we should have known. It was clear from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like we never saw him with women. We only
Yeah,
saw him
never.
dress as a woman, and his movies were very woman centered.
I feel like look, he could. I mean, look, he played it very well for a long time, and I think, look, I mean, his private life. I'm guessing he didn't want a lot of things because he knew how black people.
Of
You know?
course.
But I think he'd become big enough to. Oh, clearly he's bisexual. I mean, because if he's with women and men, at
He's
the
with
same
women?
time,
Which women?
Which women?
he's dating somebody.
No.
Oh, he is?
Yeah,
Is he?
Tyler's in a relationship.
Oh,
Man, you never
some
heard of
lady, I
lavender
forgot.
relationships, huh?
he's
We were
bisexual.
we were
That's
no we were we
right.
were
I
we were
thought he just
we were
was one
taught
way.
a term. Okay, there is lavender relationships.
Nah, apparently Tyler Perry has dated some black women. I think
You
he even dated
lavender.
Tyra Banks one time.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
Tyler Perry
crazy.
has been in relationships before. That's why people always saying like, why didn't he date Taraji? Like, they work so well together. Well, now we know.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
So
Tyler
let
Perry
him go
has
now.
been- yeah, Tyler Perry has been, yeah.
Huh?
So-
What? That was so left field. Like you
What?
you didn't hear that?
What did you say?
She was like, Taraji wants what?
No, I said Tyler wants a mandingo now.
Oh.
No, clearly she
Oh,
clearly
okay.
wants a snowman. 'Cause
Do you want to build a
that's
Anyway,
clearly.
anyway, we know where Olaf's carrot went. So right now we are also living in very interesting, tumultuous times.
Mm-hmm.
Trump was talking about hosting or facilitating a ceasefire. Iran came back and said, "Oh no, we ain't agreed to nothing. We're about to nuke these chaps, and we've closed the oil corridor." And then Trump is about to get on his helicopter, and he even cussed on national
Yeah,
television.
he did.
He was
pissed.
telling them to say these guys have fought for so long they don't even know what they doing. And I'm like, Trump, what's going on?
my
He's
friend.
tweeting in all
Yeah,
caps
because
because he capped.
Commander in chief. Commander
He
in chief.
capped when he
Okay.
said, "We've got an agreement from both sides. They're gonna put the weapons down. We've told Israel. We've told." And I'm just out here like,
my cousin is
Man.
my first cousin is in Israel.
oh.
Yeah,
Whoa.
crazy man. We have like conversations. He sent me videos.
Peace
I can
Corps?
show you videos
Oh,
of missiles flying over Jerusalem.
so like he's in a safe space.
So he's in, Jerusalem is more of a safe space because no one wants to
city
hit
of peace.
any historic. And there's and like it's one of those places which has both Arab and Jewish interest and Christian. So any historic place hit in Jerusalem is like, okay, now you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's where the Muslims go. That's where, because there's always the dispute over who owns the temple and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about Jerusalem. That's why you find like no real
That's racist.
bombs hit. Yeah.
That,
But otherwise, you see them going over
You see
Jerusalem,
bombs over
heading to
Baghdad.
Tel Aviv, what? And if you see, have you seen the size of difference of the countries, bro? It's like
Yeah.
Lesotho versus Nigeria, bro.
Yeah.
It's like Iran is huge, bro.
Yeah. But most
So-
of it's a desert, so.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, you know, look, I mean, what do you say about something like this? Trump has definitely shown that he's not a weak guy, and that scares other countries. Like, don't spark this on, because he's done it. It's like, because he,
Man.
that's like, bro, he bombs Iran, right? And then he says, "We've done what we bombed the other thing. Now let peace happen." and then the news hits that Iran has attacked, vows to attack American bases around the world, and then they attack,
and they
and then he goes, "All right, so Iran has finally gotten it out of their system." and we hope now they sent 13 bombs, 14.
Yeah.
We destroyed 13 of them, and one was basically going nowhere, so we let it slide. and thanks for warning us. Thanks for informing us in advance.
Yeah.
So now that it's out of your system, we'll have peace. Let the ceasefire begin. Basically, it's like even
what
when they
can you
got
do
mad,
to
it's like,
us?
I'm so annoyed. I'm about to throw a punch. I'm about to throw. Okay, throw it here. Are you okay now? You okay? All right, cool.
How do you feel? How do you feel, huh?
Because I think even Iran,
The big
is
guy.
scared. It's like
yeah, we want to retaliate out of pride, but these guys will destroy us
It's gonna be
if
wild.
we pull off anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like US base is like, oh, okay, no, let them send their missiles.
But it also just shows you how powerful the US base is, because theirs can be detected, but from Iran they can be detected, which
Because
is
they're the base
crazy.
in Iraq.
They have the base. Yeah. They have the base there. So immediately it's launched. It's like, doo-doo-doo. We see it. Oh, there it is. Strike it down. Plus, they have drones that fly over the Middle East. I think they have drones that fly over everywhere. But
Yeah.
the drones that fly over the Middle East are fast, right? So if they hear, oh, one's been launched 8 miles due east.
And the way he says the old and the what says the Ayatollah, it is an easy target.
Wow.
We're letting him be, but he's an easy target. Like we basically know where he is,
Yeah.
Wow,
and we
so
can get this over and done with if we want.
Like if we want to, but we're just like calm
Being nice.
down.
He's such he's pissed. But he's also one of those guys, like I think he's proven to the rest of the world in these times.
Like,
guys,
I'm
don't
only
mess
afraid
with
of
me.
Putin.
If it needs be, I'll come
There are
forward.
only two people that make Trump, feel a bit not sure of himself. One is Vladimir Putin. The other is
Mhm.
Oh. Because I think with Putin, I think even Putin has this thing in the back of his head, like,
they will come for
I
me
don't
one
want to
day,
mess this guy up.
and I will.
Like,
I
you
will
don't want to
take care
make
of
Trump an enemy. Like,
Oh yeah,
Trump
that's
is
why it was so easy
impulsive,
for him to fight with Biden because he's like,
Yeah.
you're about to go.
and he
I will
says
change
stuff.
diaper of yours.
He says stuff to lead you on into the direction that he feels like you need to understand that we're cool.
Yeah.
Like you say, that's why I like Putin, because Putin understands. Like, even though Putin's like, okay, so we're good. We're good now.
But it's a game of chess. Really, it is. Really, it is. Like, man, I can't wait to see what the tweets will be in like a week.
Yeah, I mean,
I
look,
think there we can all agree.
man.
Yeah. So World War III. We just hope Zambia is safe. If World War III is happening. But then again, even Jesus said there'll be rumors of wars.
So you understand that everyone in Israel carries a gun.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Everyone they do national service. They're well trained.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Oh, yeah.
You know Zambia.
So like I
ever heard
could be
of
walking
system?
around with like a gun in my handbag.
National
right?
service was mandatory. Is mandatory in Israel. Everyone is like
Trained.
Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in
she's
the
trained.
military. Everyone is trained how to use a rifle,
Yeah.
machine gun.
Assemble.
I want to
Yeah.
learn.
That's Israel.
Priscilla, I
bro.
feel like next time just bring us some food, man.
You're hungry. You're to
Yeah,
eat.
I'm hungry.
It's a wrap, guys.
All right, y'all. That's it from us at Side Down Radio. Please catch us on next week when we have to check if we're in World War III or not. Otherwise,
And if Priscilla brings us food.
yeah.
I might. We'll see.
Nah, we can't. But then again, apparently in KK's time, I don't know about now, but like Zambia was pretty revered. Like the Zambian military, pretty revered. Like known all the way in Senegal. Because I remember I was in SA doing poetry, and this guy is from Senegal, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're from Zambia, huh? KK." I'm like, he's not our president right now, right? Yeah, no, I know, but there was that time in 19 Chakuti when the Zambian army did this in Senegal. They came to help. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there was also that time they went to Egypt and did this, and I'm just there like, I don't even know this about my own country. That's
Right?
crazy.
That's crazy.
You dig? And that's when I had a bigger and a much more refined respect for people who do ZNS, for people who do ZAF. Like, I respect y'all. Because even some of my close friends who've been through the training system and they survived, the scar stories that they tell me is crazy. I don't know what I would do if I would even stomach seeing someone who you're just training with die right in front of you.
That's crazy.
You dig what I'm saying?
Somebody said
Yeah.
last year in the police training, 6 people died.
And it was never talked about.
Why are they going to talk about it?
Because you sign that. If anything happens, I'm
I'm
out.
risking my life.
That's
my.
it.
Hey, but you
There
know
you
this
go,
leather
saying.
jacket. I can fit it, you know.
Like I was saying, that's it from us at Side Eye Radio.
Yeah.
Catch us in the
Yeah,
comments,
first of all, this should
please.
be like a waistcoat for you. Like,
Wow. Anyway, that's it from us.
I'll let you
Star
check it out.
Liquor.
See you next time.
Thank you.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Cheers.
Bye from Kobe's Clubhouse. Okay.
Ah.
Guys, I'm recovering.
Cheers, 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 cheers.
I.
Yeah, that was good.
When is our next game?
Really?